You got challenges that you're going to run across.
Well, I got other things going on, but I always want to expand because I think what's crazy, Tony, you never hear nobody talk about tax business, and you never hear teachers and professors talk about getting into taxes. And what's the one thing that everybody have to have and everybody pay? Taxes. It's a market for it, and it's a great business because you don't have to look for people a lot of times when you're good, because people want to get their taxes done. So if you use your network, so no, I want to keep expanding for a couple of reasons. One is that I love the industry, and I think people can actually benefit from it financially and don't have to work all year. That's the beautiful thing about it. Secondly, for me to have that mentality where I teach you this game and I get 20, 30% off sitting in Atlanta while you in Texas or California doing taxes, and I'm getting 30% off of basically what I've already put in place as far as my knowledge, experience, and all of those things. It's a hell of a platform.
And I've seen you do it. I know that when you say you love what you're doing, and that's so true. I can see it in your eyes when you talk, but you also love helping people. You also love, giving people the knowledge that you have. But the thing is this, you ever hear that statement, and I always add something to it. You hear the statement say, if you help a lot of people get what they want, then you get what you want, right?
Yeah, they always say that.
All right. So I like to add to that statement. I need to find some people who want something, then help them. The challenge is finding people who want something, because you're trying to help people who really don't want anything. It's like you're trying to give them something, it's like they don't want it. Because I see you offer stuff all the time out there for free almost. You like, come to my event, I got this, and I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get it neither, Tony. So what I've been doing lately, if you know, like I've been putting a fee on everything. Yeah. And I don't care now if it's 5 people, if it's 6 people, that's the 6 that I'm gonna rock with if I see they made an investment. And I'm kind of like now in the point, like, bro, I'm too old to convince you that to do what you say you want to do.
Right.
And so now I'm kind of backing up on some stuff, like I said, but I'm putting fees to it, and I'm investing in my team. Because if I invest in my team, they get to eat the way they want to eat because we're making more money, but it also gives me the freedom to live the life that I want to live. And the reason why most people can't, and I tell people, say, I want to be like you. You be on the go, even during tax time, and you do this and you travel, and I say, basically, it's going to be hard for you to do so. And they say, why? I say, because you don't understand my motto. You got to hire, train, trust, and delegate. So this is something that I patent and I trademark. It's HTTD: hire, train, trust, and delegate. And that third T, that second T, that trust, it ain't happening. And that's why most people can't, because they say, well, I don't know, because I don't know, people this and people that. But the thing is, if you feel like people gonna rob you, or if you teach them, they're gonna leave, then you'll never be able to get away from your business. So you'll never be able to grow because you're only one person and you only have enough time in a day. So if you don't learn to duplicate yourself. So one thing I've always done was duplicate myself. If I'm going to teach my staff everything that I know, that way you don't always need me. So that way I can go to another island. I can go and travel and nothing falls off because you know exactly what I know. And that's basically why we suffer.
Let's talk a little bit about your traveling too. We're going to come back to the taxes, but I want to talk a little bit about your traveling. Did that come from your guy in college you mentioned, that because he knew all the locations? I remember we used to talk about, and I started off, and that's still my goal, but you have just expanded way out. Because I always say I want to go to every state in the United States. And I've probably been to maybe 40. I think you've hit all of them. Right?
Yeah, in 2018, I finished them all.
Okay. And you hit another country. So, but was that from the professor at school that said he, when you talked, he knew other locations or something? Or was that, what made you just want to travel?
I think that was part of it. And when I go back, and I talked to my mom. It was crazy because I think I always had a bug for traveling because I always said if I couldn't be a professional football player, I was going to be a pilot because pilots get to go all over for free.
Right.
I remember I used to say that when I was small. And so I think I had it. And then with my dad living in California, I got a whole basically mind-opening experience between San Francisco, LA, and New Orleans. Like, so I saw a different world, which made me want to see other parts of different worlds. And then I think really what it was, though, me and my friends used to just go when we were younger and go to other cities. We'd take a road trip. We'll go to Florida. We'll go to Texas. We'll do certain things. And I used to love just seeing different stuff or seeing stuff you watched on TV, you know. And then I think what really opened it up is when I got out and I came home, and me and my ex-wife wanted to go to London because her best friend was stationed in London. And my probation officer told me I couldn't leave the country. And bro, I just kept saying, how you gonna make a grown-ass man stay home? So to me, it was almost a rebellion. I was already traveling, but I did some international, but it was almost a rebellion in the sense of, know what? Y'all don't have no hold on me no more. So I'm gonna hit every damn place almost to show y'all.
Right.
But because I love experiences and I love new things, I love this travel, man, because I love seeing places on TV or hearing about it, and then seeing it in person. But that people don't even understand.
I'm with you. And I know how people who don't like traveling don't get it. They stay in Smyrna the rest of their life and never. And I got that, but I understand that part about travel. I'm gonna tell you something. I want to say you was in Alaska when you took your shirt off and jumped in that, and it was 0 degrees.
Oh, no, that was Antarctica.
Hold the plug!
Yeah! 150!
Let's get it, B!
You can look at him.
Let's get it, B! Pull the plug, baby!
All right.
Let's go!
Yeah!
He's in! Pull the plug!
Nice!
B!
So look to the right.
You're the first black man I know that went to Antarctica and jumped into the water.
Antarctica.
Man, that was crazy, man. What did you go there planning on doing that, or you just kind of got hyped up in the moment?
Oh, no doubt, man. I went with my partner Derek, who was in my travel club, and I think Derek kind of started backing out because he's like, B, you gonna do it? You sure you gonna? I said, yeah. I said, man, ain't no way I'm coming way over here and not do it, because they didn't like. They'll be like, well, know what? I'm gonna go back next week. But no, I skydive. I've skydove 3 times. You know, I do all of that, man. I've done so much different stuff.
I've seen you. So you look at your social media pages, I see you everywhere. You know, you're on the plane going everywhere, and I see you. But still, that jumping out in that cold water with your shirt off, man. How did that feel?
It was experience, but like I said, I love experience because I always say experience it. This is what, even in my 20s, I used to say this. They say experience is knowledge, knowledge is power. So the more experiences I have, the more knowledge I have, the more power I can get. So I'm always willing to try something, you know, because I always say I can go back to not doing it again. But it was an experience where the adrenaline was running so much to where I told myself, I say, what you gonna do? You're gonna jump in, you're gonna stay under a little while so you can get the gist of it. And then you're gonna come up. My body said one thing, my mind said one thing, my body said something else. Because I jumped in, went under, and I was right up. But I wanted to do it again. They wouldn't let you do it again because of hypothermia. So you couldn't do it again. But I wanted to do it again just because
what was the temperature of the water? What was the temperature there?
Well, at that time, the temperature of the water probably was like 5 below zero or something, because it was there summer. So it wasn't as cold. So the temperature outside was below freezing. But with the wind, like when the wind, that was the problem with the wind. When the wind blowing, it can easily get, 12 below zero, and then the water can be anywhere from 5 below to 20 below zero.
Okay. Because when I saw that, I said, man, This dude's
Yeah.
going everywhere. Where else have you traveled that you think the world? See, you know, my favorite place, I tell you, you say you hadn't been there yet. What
Yeah.
do you remember what I kept telling you that you need to go?
You do.
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.